everybody, this is Wargamer Shawn. I'm coming at you. I'm doing a video kind of to review Tabletop Monthly. They have a board gaming system right now that basically once a month you get board games or like random board games each month in a monthly box, and they just started moving into miniature games, and kind of instead of doing miniatures, although it's apparently occasionally in a miniature, most of it's going to be kind of supportive stuff for the war game or miniature hobby. Let's take a look inside and see what we've got. So this is the inside. Basically kind of how it works. You get a Warbox monthly subscription, and it will become packed with supplies each month, ranging from paints, brushes, basing, terrain materials, miniatures, and other sundry supplies. So if you're interested, basically if you sign up, you get $2 off your first 2 months. I'll post on the video a picture of their website to kind of go check them out. Basically this one has a collection of Reaper Mini weapons locker and Army Painter barbed wire basing, a simple TME module, and then 6 or 5 D6 Chessex dice, and then Army Painter target lock and Army Painter precise detail brush. So when we kind of open it up, we see that we get those things. So we get a box that we can paint up and use for 40k terrain or whatever you're interested in. Although if you're watching my channel, you're probably interested in Necromunda or 40k, because that's mostly what I have. And we've got Army Painter barbed wire. These are good for using for miniatures or terrain. And then we have a Army Painter, basically a laser pointer, which is nice. So that's nice. I mean, I use them almost more in tournaments when you're trying to like see line of sight, that sort of thing. I tend to use these a lot. And then basically bookmark here, and then looks like we have 4 dice, and oh, there's 5, sorry. There's the 5th one. So there's 5 dice, D6, and then a paintbrush, and then basically kind of like a cardboard module that you can kind of paint up and use how you want to. The people that made this, I guess it's designed for Infinity, but I think you can use it for 40k. I would think that they would have painted this up a little bit more to make it look really nice when you're trying to sell it, but nothing against the people that are doing the box set. Just the company that made it, you'd think they would put a little bit more TLC to make the packaging look nice, since that's going to help sell it. But anyway, that's basically what's included, and you pay so much a month, and you can stop at any time. And you once a month get like a little care package, like a little present that kind of goes through, and you get stuff. So if you want to check them out, you can. The coupon code is Warbox. You get $2 off your first 2 months if you want to use it, and the website's here. Definitely, I think it's worth checking out. I think monthly. Board games is kind of cool, because people that are board gamers tend to like different board games and, kind of rotate around. With war games and miniature games, I think that the basing supplies and the terrain supplies and terrain pieces are really good ideas to kind of sell them. Because the hard thing is if you don't know what you're going to get, do you want to pay to get some random miniature that you might not ever use in your game? Whereas with this, at least it's it's terrain that you can use on your game board. The laser pointer is something that you can use in your game. Paintbrushes, you're always going to use paintbrushes, and the razor wire, you can use those. Dice is kind of cool. you know, some people, if you're into the hobby like myself, kind of have dice for, you know, that we like to play with already. Although I tend to use bigger dice because my hands are pretty big. I use these little dice a lot of times for wound markers, or hull points on my vehicles. So they're nice and it's certainly useful, and they're all the same color, so it's kind of nice because you can kind of, and they know, okay, this is the color dice they're using to mark wounds on characters and stuff. So so kind of go check them out, you know, have a look, see if it's something you're interested in. Like I said, you can sign up for it, and make sure to use the coupon code WARBOX, and you can get signed up with these guys and get some stuff. So yeah, they asked me to do a review. I think overall, like I said, I think having the terrain and the paints and supplies are probably a good idea, just because I think that's more what a wargamer might be interested in, especially terrain stuff, because it's hard when you're trying to kind of cover a whole genre of miniature games. You know, War Machine, you know, Warhammer Hordes Infinity, you know, 40K, fantasy, you know, potentially Necromunda, you know, those things. It's kind of hard to go, okay, here's a model and it's going to fit for everything that you've got. I mean, potentially it's nice, but, you know, more often than not, it's probably nicer to have, you know, basing and terrain supplies, because everybody can use those. So as far as a review, I think it's interesting. You know, I like it. You know, am I interested enough to go and do it? You know, it's something to think about. You know, unfortunately, wargaming is kind of an expensive hobby as it is, and you know, having one more expense is that something you want to invest in? Maybe. You know, the only drawback is you don't know what you're getting each month. It potentially might be worthwhile to maybe have some input and say, okay, you know, I'm looking for this, and I understand it's what they get, you know, deals on, so they can do it at, you know, at a price where they can, you know, make some money and be able to do this and stay in business. But having some input might be good, you know, to see what the people want to get for Wargames material, so that you're not getting stuff that you can't or are not going to use. Anyway, this has been my review, and for Tabletop Monthly. Go check them out if you want to. And till next time, guys, keep on wargaming. Take care.
Goodbye. 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 Bye-bye. Goodbye. See ya. Bye for now. Bye for now. Goodbye. I like bottoms.